Welcome back to Binge Brain Trivia. Think you know everything about the wizarding world? It's time to prove it in the ultimate Harry Potter Trivia Challenge, Objects and Artifacts Edition. How many years back in time does Harry travel via Tom Riddle's diary? Answer: 50 years. What is the study of wands called? Answer: wand law. What type of Quidditch ball do chasers try and score with? Answer: quaffle. What marks the end of a Quidditch match? Answer: when the golden snitch is caught. Of what wood is Lucius Malfoy's wand made? Answer: elm. Before disapparating from the campsite after her fight with Ron, what object does Hermione tie around a tree as a sign to him? Answer: her scarf. What is Professor Slughorn's favorite treat as discovered by Tom Riddle? Answer: crystallized pineapple. What color outfits does Professor Umbridge usually wear? Answer: pink. What object does Dumbledore say allows him to revisit memories? Answer: pensive. What wood is Bellatrix Lestrange's wand made? Answer: walnut. What does the mysterious symbol on Xenophilius Lovegood's necklace represent? Answer: the Deathly Hallows. How does Harry catch his first snitch? Answer: in his mouth. What color is Rita Skeeter's Quick Quotes quill? Answer: green. What article of clothing does Mrs. Weasley often knit for her sons as a gift? Answer: initialed sweaters. What type of sweets does Bertie Bott make? Answer: every flavor beans. What item does Albus Dumbledore bequeath to Harry? Answer: the golden snitch he caught at his first match and the sword of Gryffindor. What does Hagrid retrieve from Vault 713? Answer: the Sorcerer's Stone. What item must the Tri-Wizard champions retrieve from the dragons during the first task of the Tri-Wizard tournament? Answer: the golden egg. What do Harry and his friends order at the Three Broomsticks? Answer: butterbeer. What does Professor Umbridge's special quill used for ink? Answer: blood. What object assigns students into their Hogwarts house? Answer: the sorting hat. What are the initials on the note inside the fake Horcrux locket? Answer: RAB. What object in the Weasley house shows the location and status of each family member? Answer: their clock. What book does Neville Longbottom recommend on plants? Answer: Goshawk's Guide to Herbology. What does Hermione claim she'll show Professor Umbridge in order to keep Harry from being tortured? Answer: Dumbledore's secret weapon. What selects the champions who will participate in the Tri-Wizard tournament? Answer: the Goblet of Fire. Which items make up the Deathly Hallows? Answer: the Elder Wand, the Invisibility Cloak and the Resurrection Stone. What book does Hermione use to research what the Deathly Hallows symbol means? Answer: Spellman's Syllabary. What does the Executioner use his axe on after Buckbeak escapes? Answer: a pumpkin. What does Lucius Malfoy give Dumbledore in Hagrid's hut? Answer: an order of suspension. After discovering he cannot use his own wand to kill Harry, Lord Voldemort commandeers the wand of which Death Eater? Answer: Lucius Malfoy. What item does Mad-Eye Moody have in his office to help him keep track of his enemies? Answer: a faux glass. What begins to strangle Harry as he attempts to retrieve the sword of Gryffindor from the lake in the Forest of Dean? Answer: the Horcrux locket. Who disarms Albus Dumbledore, becoming master of the Elder Wand? Answer: Draco Malfoy. Who throws a stone into Hagrid's hut to alert his or her past self to leave before Cornelius Fudge arrives? Answer: Hermione. How many points is the snitch worth to the seeker that catches it? Answer: 150 points. How many presents does Dudley get for his birthday? Answer: 36 presents. What color does the Remembrall turn to let someone know they've forgotten something? Answer: red. A reward of how many galleons is on Sirius Black's head for the mass breakout of prisoners from Azkaban? Answer: 10,000 galleons. In the Tale of the Three Brothers, what prize does the first brother receive from death? Answer: the Elder Wand. Which object left to Harry in Professor Dumbledore's will contains the Resurrection Stone? Answer: the Golden Snitch. What does Cho Chang order from the trolley during Harry's fourth-year trip to Hogwarts? Answer: pumpkin pasties. What weapon appears in the sorting hat in the Chamber of Secrets? Answer: the Sword of Gryffindor. Who slips Tom Riddle's diary into Ginny Weasley's cauldron at the bookstore? Answer: Lucius Malfoy. What must one say to hide the contents of the Marauder's map? Answer: mischief managed. What does Griphook want in exchange for helping Harry to break into Gringotts? Answer: the real sword of Gryffindor. What is the license plate number for Hagrid's motorbike? Answer: GD 0558. Where does Lucius Malfoy keep his wand? Answer: inside his walking stick. What flies out of Drumstrang students' staffs when they strike them on the floor as they enter Hogwarts? Answer: sparks. Aside from producing the elixir of life, what other power does the Sorcerer's Stone possess? Answer: it turns any metal into pure gold. What does the golden egg from the first Tri-Wizard task contain that is needed for the second task? Answer: a clue. Who owned the invisibility cloak prior to Harry? Answer: his father. What complication does Lord Voldemort say prevents him from using his wand to kill Harry? Answer: their wands have twin cores. What can be seen floating above the tables in the Great Hall on Halloween? Answer: pumpkins. What object has the power to destroy Horcruxes because it is imbibed basilisk venom in the Chamber of Secrets? Answer: the Sword of Gryffindor. What does Professor Lupin give Harry to eat after they Dementor attack on the Hogwarts Express? Answer: chocolate. What do Harry and his friends find in the Room of Requirement that they used to escape the Fiendfire? Answer: broomsticks. Who became Master of the Elder Wand after Gellert Grindelwald? Answer: Albus Dumbledore. What wizard sport is played on flying brooms? Answer: Quidditch. What item do the Weasleys sell in their shop that creates total darkness? Answer: Peruvian instant darkness powder. What object is known to have a flesh memory? Answer: a golden snitch. Which one of the three shapes in the Deathly Hallows represents the invisibility cloak? Answer: the triangle. What does Ron see when he looks into the mirror of Erist? Answer. He is head boy and he is also holding the Quidditch cup as Quidditch captain. What kind of list does the Underground Wizard radio broadcast each day? Answer. Missing witches and wizards. What color do the flames of the Goblet of Fire turn when selecting the champions? Answer. Red. What sort of stout is advertised at the Three Broomsticks? Answer. Simmerson Steaming Stout. What is the highest value coin in wizard currency? Answer. A galleon. In what village does Hermione hope the sword of Gryffindor might be hidden? Answer. Godric's Hollow. How many pages is Rita Skeeter's book on Dumbledore? Answer. 800 pages. What is faulty in the Weasley flying car that allows Harry and Ron to be seen by Muggles? Answer. The invisibility booster. After escaping Death Eaters at the Weasley wedding, what kind of coffee does Hermione order as they plan the next move? Answer. Cappuccino. What alleged owner of a Deathly Hallow is buried in the same graveyard as Harry's parents? Answer. Ignotus Peverell. In which spellbook does Harry find a handwritten note that says this book is the property of the Half-Blood Prince? Answer. Advanced Potion Making. What does Harry finally do with the Elder Wand? Answer. He breaks it in two. What do the Weasley twins use to eavesdrop with on a meeting of the Order of the Phoenix? Answer. An extendable ear. What blemish remover do the Weasleys sell in Weasley's Wizard Wheezers? Answer. 10-second pimple vanisher. What textbook does Harry find in Sirius Black's room? Answer. A History of Magic. What Quidditch team's pennant does Harry have in his room? Answer. The Chudley Cannons. In which school year does Harry use the textbook Advanced Potion Making? Answer. 6th year. Who finds the Sorting Hat in the rubble after the Battle of Hogwarts? Answer. Neville Longbottom. What is special about the hourglass in Professor Slughorn's office? Answer. The sand runs in accordance with how interesting the conversation is.